Hi, I'm Julie Quinn. I'm the Director of Teaching, Learning, and Collaboration with the Cortland Enlarged City School District. This week, for our weekly blast, we're featuring the SEL that happens around our district. You might be wondering, what exactly is SEL? SEL stands for Social Emotional Learning, and that happens all across our district every single day. SEL is featured in our mission in the district is ensuring high levels of learning for all students. And when we say high levels of learning, we're not just talking about academics. We're talking about social emotional learning as well. We know that social emotional learning is how kids and adults learn to understand themselves, manage their feelings, and self-regulate throughout the day. It helps them to build healthy relationships and helps them to build responsible choices throughout their day. One of the things that we do is we feature SEL, social emotional learning, throughout our district, whether you're a pre-K student all the way up through a 12th grade student. This week's Weekly Blast is going to feature each of our buildings and how they're using social emotional learning to ensure high levels of learning for our students in each building. We're going to start with Barry Parker Building and make sure that you get to see what happens with our youngest learners and how they're learning to self-regulate.
Hi, my name is Christina Hegedus, and I am the school counselor located at Barry and Parker, working with grades K through 2 this year. And to my side, I have one of my lovely friends.
I am Carly Fowler. I am the art teacher at Barry and Parker.
And we've been working together to bring SEL into all 3 of our grades. We have been looking at SEL, social emotional learning, in order to really work with our kiddos on identifying their feelings, how to calm their bodies when they have those big feelings, and just how to solve problems. We talk a lot about school situations, like if they have the same toy and both kids want it, that's a problem. How do we solve it? So we've been using the second step curriculum, as well as doing a lot of role playing and activities, hands-on learning, which led us to our current topic, which we've been doing, empathy and kindness. And with that, I went to Ms. Fowler over here because I said, hey, I want to do something big, an end of unit project, to really highlight the kids working together and showing that kindness towards each other. So we came together and came up with a couple different project ideas, and classrooms had to take a vote together to pick one. So they had to go by majority and really kind of listen to each other and be okay with not getting what they wanted. The kids did dramatic play, so they had different skits where they had to act out situations to show kindness.
So my art class came and we supported as positive audience members, and we talked about how kind it was for us to be quiet and attentive for our peers that were doing something hard. And it was a really valuable experience for them to watch their peers do something that is a little bit more challenging and also practice the self-control of being quiet during a performance and showing their kindness and appreciation at the end with some cheers and clapping.
And then when we got back to the classroom, I asked the students to reflect on how did that feel when your friends were saying such kind things to you, and they had the biggest smiles and they were so happy, and they said, I feel so good and happy. And that's kind of what we've been working on right now in Barry and Parker, is just that kindness and empathy.
My name is Heidi Shelley, and I teach music here at Smith School.
My name is Liv. I'm an aide here at Smith, and I'm putting the music video together.
And so over the summer, as I was thinking about this new school year, I came up with the idea of a theme of We Roar Together for our spring concert theme. And I took the Roar song by Katy Perry and changed the words, along with Mr. Murray, our band teacher, changed the words to fit more with what ROAR stands for Cortland. Once Mrs. Block heard the song, she said, wow, we should make a video to go with this song. And so that's where the whole idea came from, to make this video. It's been a lot of fun working with Liv on this, and the kids are totally enjoying it too. They've taken responsibility for the singing parts and for acting it out, and all the little things that we do with the video. So it's been kind of fun to see them.
So as for how this fits into SEL Week, I love that this is part of it, because it's been really awesome to work with some of the kids and have them come up with ideas for clips for the video that fit within being responsible, being respectful, being open-hearted, and acting safely. So it's been really awesome for them to think about the ways that we show roar.
Hi, my name is Emily Morse. I am the Randall Middle School principal. And on Mondays and Fridays, we have morning program. And what morning program is it's a sense of community. So all 5th and 6th graders come to the gym for morning program with their teachers and our kitchen staff, our custodial staff, our paraprofessionals, our special area teachers. Everybody enters the gym. And it's a great way to set the tone for the day. And then from there, we do student and staff birthdays, and we celebrate birthdays for all of the people who have a birthday that day or for the following few days. And then I go over any important announcements that students may need to know. And then my favorite part is where we talk about student celebrations. So teachers are able to fill out various student celebrations like perseverance awards and classroom callouts and bus room nominations. And I get to read all of those. And then on Fridays, we put them in a big golden box and we draw 5 names, and any student who won a celebration or any student who received a classroom call out is eligible for a free ice cream, which is sponsored by our Randall Middle School PTO. Or if it's a classroom call out where all students received an award, then they get some extra recess for the week. So it's a really great opportunity for us to set a positive tone for the week. It allows us to go over expectations. It builds a sense of community, and it's something that we all look forward to here at Randall. It's a great opportunity for me to connect with them and see them and give hugs and just really make sure that there is a positive school culture here and everybody feels that there's a sense of belonging here.
Hi, my name is Meg Hendricks and I teach 5th and 6th grade SEL at Randall Middle School. SEL is super important in the upper elementary years because we are teaching them skills that we want them to be able to use when they are adults. So we're teaching tons of emotional management and regulation skills. We're teaching a lot about navigating relationships, learning the signs of healthy relationships, unhealthy relationships, conflict resolution, and we are focusing on executive functioning skills. So there's lots of things that we want them to be able to master at the 5th and 6th grade level that they can then use when they are adults.
Hi, I'm Devin Tennant. I'm the junior high social worker with Cortland Schools. I work primarily with our 7th and 8th graders. I do individualized counseling, but also working with our staff of teachers to help support our students in their mental health as they grow and flourish in our school community. I think it's really important to implement these lessons early on because our kids are growing. Our kids are like sponges, and they are learning new things every single day. And the more that we incorporate these life skills that they're going to be using throughout their entire life, whether it be perseverance, or respecting others, or a multitude of our other P2 characteristics, they learn and they get to put it in their daily life, and we as educators get to support them as they grow and master these skills. I think especially in junior high, this populations of kids is learning who they are and getting to know what they like and where their boundaries are and the qualities that they appreciate in friends and family and support people. So I'm hoping that they can become more true in those convictions of who they surround themselves with, learning these skills that P2 and SEL has to offer. It's just a vessel for them to become, like I said, more firm in those convictions of this is how we become a more well-rounded and respectable person as we grow.
Hi, I'm Kelly Chapman. I am a French teacher here at Cortland High School and also the advisor for a group that is called PS I Love You. This is a day that is used to bring awareness to mental health struggles and suicide prevention. We started celebrating it here in 2014, and we've tried to do something like PS I Love You every year since. My hope is that I can reach just a couple of students. When I see that it's out in the community, a couple of years ago, the city of Cortland made an official proclamation of PS I Love You Day, and I thought that was really special. Unfortunately, we were not able to celebrate it on the actual PS I Love You Day, but we will be celebrating it later this year. I noticed that Coffee Mania had brought PS I Love You into their social media and was spreading love and awareness, and my hope is that you take away some piece of our message and take that into your regular life and spread that, because that is the goal of PS I Love You Day. And from there, all you need is a spark to ignite a flame. And that is what I'm hoping that we can do here with our PS I Love You Day celebrations.
Hi, my name is Tyler Cranfield. I just want to tell you a little bit about PS I Love You Day. So we celebrate PS I Love You Day on the second Friday of February. And PS I Love You Day is just a day where we spread awareness about mental health, anti-bullying, and suicide prevention. And We wear purple just as a school community to try and promote mental health and just positivity around the school.
My name is Colton Bishop, and I think the Mental Health Day is important for our school because not only does it allow students to get a break from their work and busy schedules, it allows us to take a break and have the first day to get all your work done and get through the classes, and then the rest is just these activities that we choose to do around people you enjoy who like the same activities, and around teachers that you like too. I think it's great being around a group of people who enjoy the same activities as you, and even if you're having fun and just doing these activities, you're still remembering that Mental Health Day is here to remind you of the importance of recognizing mental health and how everyone struggles and goes through it.
How's it going, everybody? My name's Nate Lindsay. I'm a special education teacher here at the high school for mostly 9th and 10th grade, and I'm also a member of the Social Emotional Learning Committee. What we do here at the high school is we have 2 lessons at the beginning of each singular quarter that works on different skills such as self-management, peer resolution, conflict resolution, things that students may not necessarily get the direct skills for outside of school. Yeah, these are the skills that they need post-secondary or after high school, such as getting jobs or working with somebody that you may not necessarily enjoy working with, things of that nature. Our first group of lessons focused mainly on goal setting and how that pertains to employment. A lot of the stuff that we focus on is mental health related, and all of these peer relationship issues that may be of concern to students, or working with one another to try to complete a project per se. So another part of what we do at the SEL committee is we like to have student voices heard. We did do our big survey at the beginning of this school year that pertained to us trying to see what students would like to see from us as a committee. We saw that the overwhelming majority was the lunch choices, and we are currently working with student council on our next March meeting to see what we can do to maybe expand some of our lunch choices. So if you do have a concern, don't be afraid to reach out to any member of the SEL committee or come to one of our meetings.
Thanks for watching this week's Blast featuring our social emotional learning throughout the district. As you probably noticed, we feature social emotional learning PK through 12 in our district. You also probably noticed there's lots of different staff members that are involved in social emotional learning throughout the district. We have teachers, we have support staff members, we have all kinds of counselors and social workers who are supporting our students as they learn different ways to regulate their emotions, understand their feelings, and how to respond when they're feeling feelings that aren't very comfortable. Whether they're in pre-K all the way up through 12, we have a great support staff who's supporting our learners in their social emotional learning and their academic learning. One of the people that you probably didn't feature in the videos, but who does a lot behind the scenes for our social emotional learning throughout the district, is one of our instructional coaches, Megan Bottle, who has a lot to do with SEL behind the scenes and making sure all the systems are in place for our students to have high levels of social emotional learning throughout the district. Special thanks to all of you for watching our video. Have a great weekend.